What's up, you guys? It's Jono! I am here at Sutter's Fort again. Today I am checking out the Omanyte nest. Let's see about this Omanyte nest here. So check it out. There are two Omanytes in the park right now. This is kind of cool because it was a shelter nest right before this. Now it's an Omanyte nest. So two kind of curious Pokemon that spawn near the water normally, and they're pretty rare spawns. I consider them to be fairly rare spawns. And let's see if I'm gonna catch a couple here. So just got here, there's my first one. Let's see, he's a 741. You can get some pretty strong Omanytes now. I've got one in my box right now that is 1100. After the buff, they became pretty strong. So it's actually very impressive. And I'm hoping that now that there's a nest, I'll catch like a really, really good one. So let's see if I can grab one that's decent while I'm here. It says there's an Omanyte over here. Last time I was here, there was no nearby system, so I was just kind of wandering and hoping that there was Pokemon and we were doing a loop. But now there's the nearby system, so it makes it a little bit easier to figure out where to go. Alright, let's see if I can go find a couple of Omanytes here, and I'll show you guys my Omanyte collection. I've got some pretty good ones right now. There they are. So 1500 for my only Omastar, and he's got water gun, hydro pump, pretty good one there. And this one's 1100, and he's got a really good appraisal as well. So yeah, pretty impressive there. So I'm gonna evolve that guy on a video, of course, just like I always do. So it says that there is Omanyte over here. I am skipping some of these Pokemon. Usually I would catch them all, but my fingers are cold and I don't feel like doing it. So I'm just here for the Omanytes. I probably will catch those guys on my second loop, but just for the sake of the video, I want to catch as many Omanytes as I can in a short amount of time, so I don't have to make the video so long on you guys. Now it says that there's Omanyte here, and he must be on the other side of the street, which is interesting to me. I don't want to cross the street, but I'm going to have to. Make sure you always look both ways, kids. Right. It says Omanyte is over here, and strangely, there he is. So, yeah, he was outside the park. They're not normally outside there. And he's a big boy. I'm gonna give him a raspberry. They're really hard to get the great throw on Omanyte. It's a very tricky Pokemon to get great throw on. Not really sure why, but he's got this big old shell up on top, and it's really easy to hit the shell. It's very difficult to actually get the Omanyte itself. Let's grab that Diglett. I am trying to get Diglett candies. I'm just obsessed with Dugtrio. Dugtrio is like such a cool looking Pokemon. Even though it doesn't have an evolution in 2nd gen, which I really wish it did have an evolution in 2nd gen, because I would be super excited about that. But I'm just hoping for when it does have a good evolution, I'll have a couple of good Dugtrios. And I'm also kind of hoping that they buff Dugtrio, just like they buffed other Pokemon in the past, because Dugtrio needs a serious buff. It's not a good Pokemon, so I really hope that they would buff Dugtrio. We'll see how that works out. But they buffed so many other Pokemon, and it's like you just basically just needed to buff every single Pokemon, because there's still Pokemon that are worthless that you would never use. And I'm like, why are these worthless? You know, why is Dugtrio worthless? Why is Onyx worthless? I don't care if you buff them a little bit, you need to buff them more. They're still worthless. But they did buff Omanyte a lot. Like, Omanyte got a huge buff. So let me stop for a second. Let's see. So here's that weird anomaly on the map. This is like a little, like a badge. If you look on Google Maps, this is pretty interesting actually. Let's go check it out on Google Maps. This is, so let's zoom in here. Right there, that little badge is the fire pit. So this is a little bit of map trivia. I don't know why that fire pit is on the actual map in Pokemon Go, but for whatever reason that is over there. So it took me a little while to figure that out. One of my friends told me. I was like, oh, that's what that is. So let's go. The spawn rate in this park is like not that high, and the Omanytes don't spawn quite as quickly as I would like them to. So sometimes if you're here and you're not getting Omanytes, I would recommend just battle the gym and hang out for a second. But I don't do as many gym battles, so I'm gonna walk the trail, see if there's any Omanytes that are just nearby, but not necessarily spawning because they don't show up on the nearby system because they're not next to a Pokestop. So let's go ahead and see if that's true. Let's see here. And plus there's a Pokestop over here, so I'll just get the Pokestop too. Oh, it says they're crabby. So there's a lot of Pokestops here. If you guys ever come here, it is a great destination to come. There's a lot of Pokestops, and the spawn rate is good, like, in general. The spawn rate is good in general as far as, like, common Pokemon go, but you do need to wait just a little while for the nest Pokemon to spawn on a regular basis. It's not like they don't spawn, but just the spawn rate for them is not that high. Now, if you guys recall my previous episode when I went to the Charmander nest in Mahaney Park just recently, that nest is now a drowsy nest. But I was there and the spawn rate was incredibly high. So I showed up and there were 4 Charmanders in the parking lot as soon as I got there. This place does not have that high of a spawn rate. I've gotten 2 so far on my first lap. This is now my second lap, and I would like to get a third, but I'm not thinking that I'm about to get a third here. I'm just trying to watch where I'm going because there is water here, and my screen brightness is up pretty high, so it's a little hard to see. Alright, now I think I pretty much cleared the park. And I don't want to do like a crazy long episode, so I wanted to, let's see, that Charmander is pretty far away. I wanted to make sure that I get all of the Omanytes that are in the park and basically just do that, because I'm actually on my way to the Scyther nest. There was just so much traffic on the way there that we had to get off the freeway. It was ridiculous, and I was like, well, let's go into downtown. And then once we got into downtown, I realized we were close to here, and there's nest rotation just recently. So because of the nest rotation, there's all kinds of new Pokemon in different locations. So I was like, hey, cool, I'll go to the Omanyte nest. That's a good area for me to go and play. So just a quick little episode while we wait for the traffic to clear. It was just crazy traffic. It was like so bad. So that's pretty nuts. And then now I'm hoping that it's cleared up a little bit and we are gonna head back onto the freeway. But I'm gonna get out of here, you guys. Thanks everybody for watching. I did get 2 Omanytes while I was here in the Omanyte nest at Sutter's Fort, which you can see here. And it was, you know, I've come here, I got way more shelters when I was here when it was a shelter nest just recently, but at this particular time, I only got 2 Omanytes. I bet you could come here and get more. And I also got a Golding right at the beginning, and in between those 2 ponds right there is a water spawn, and you can get Dratini there sometimes. I've seen screenshots of Dratini right there where that water spawn is. So that is possible as well. So it's a pretty good location. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to my awesome subscribers, and peace.